He would absolutely love it. He would have loved the opportunity when he was alive to have one of these, and he'd be pretty proud that his son's keeping up the heritage of the sort of English sports cars, even though this is more of an English luxury car. He would have loved to have come for a run in it, and he would have thrashed it too. Actually, he could drive. He loved going hard. Hello, my name's Steve McKenzie. Today we're going to be talking about my Bentley Continental GT V8S Concours Series Black. It's the longest model name in the world. I'm not sure how many of these are run in Australia. I think it's about a dozen or so. It's a 2015 model. It's the twin turbo 4-litre V8. It's got the it's about 388 kilowatts, which is about 530 horsepower. Fantastic car to drive. Sounds like a real V8. Sounds amazing. And even for such a heavy car, like with me in it, it weighs 2.5 tons. Still does 0 to 100 in about 4.3 seconds. So it's also nice and quick. I think a lot of people forget that Bentley's got a great racing history, you know, from the 20s and 30s, and then they also in I think it was 2003, 4-ish, something like that, they won the Le Mans 24 hours. The sort of funny story about how I ended up with this car is that for the Bathurst 12 hour in 2020, I was watching the race, and I've got a AMG GTS, and so it was the AMG GT3 and the Bentley Continental that were fighting it out over the last sort of 8-9 laps. I think there was a 720S in the mix as well. And I was online, you know, Facebook with my bull rush mates, and I said to them stupidly, if the Bentley wins, I'll bloody buy one. And so then the Bentley won, and so I was in a fortunate position that I could actually afford one. So I went to the dealership on the Tuesday it was, and I said to the sales guy, I said, mate, I'm after a second-hand Bentley, Continental, what have you got? And they had one there, they had this one there, and I said, mate, you know, with the cars, win on Sunday, sell on Monday. And so I went in there and I said, yep, let's do a deal. So I did a deal on it, got it at a very good price, I think. But also this particular model, being the V8S, it's got the sports sort of gearbox in it. It's an 8-speed automatic. It's still quick for such a heavy car. It's got all the suspension settings that you need to go quick. I've actually done track days in this at Queensland Raceway, and you know, it raises our eyebrows when you turn up to the track with a Bentley that weighs as much as a semi-trailer, but it still goes quick, and my track times weren't that bad compared to a lot of the sports cars, a lot of the sort of traditional supercars. So it's a completely different car to drive this. I've had several cars over the years of, you know, the sort of supercar-y type things, and when you get in this, you're a different person. It is actually the genuine luxury car that people say they are. It's comfort-wise is mind-blowing. you sit in this car and you're sitting in a very comfortable lounge chair that goes like a scalded cat. So love this car. It'll never go. You know, other ones I might change, but this will be, might get buried in this one, or hopefully I'm in a financial spot that one day I can buy a brand new one. As far as my sort of history of cars go, it came sort of with my father. He always had cars around. He was into English sports cars, you know, so we had the TR4, we had a Austin Sprite, we actually also had a Triumph Spitfire, Lotus Europa, a couple of Jags, Series 2, Mark 2, Mark 7, just different cars at different times. They weren't always there at the same time. I think the most we had at one stage was 5 cars. And as far as the Bentley goes, I mean, it is English heritage and everything. Admittedly, it's owned by VW now, which is, I think, an improvement to some of the things that used to go wrong with Bentleys. But if he was around now, you know, the two of us going for a drive in this, he would absolutely love it. He would have loved the opportunity when he was alive to have one of these, and he'd be pretty proud that his son's keeping up the heritage of the sort of English sports cars, even though this is more of an English luxury car. He would have loved to have come for a run in it, and he would have thrashed it too. Actually, he could drive. He loved going hard. So I think that's where we all sort of get our cars from our parents and from our father mostly.